Knocked on his door this morning several times, but he didn't answer. He locked the bolt. I don't know what to do.
That is disturbing. He might be sick. Do you want me to force the door?
Hold on before you break an expensive door. Maybe he's sick, but maybe he's just a heavy sleeper. He likes prune brandy, and he can down a good deal of it.
Still, we have to make sure he's all right.
Father, if you can get into Mr. Luca's room without breaking the door, that would fix everything.
Wonder what's happening to this Stefan Luca. Let's take this wax and this hook and talk to
Father,
him again.
if you can get into Mr. Luca's room without breaking the door, that would fix everything.
Lozana doesn't want anyone to force the door.
Lesson learned. We shouldn't force the door, so we have to think of another way to get in there. And we know it's a door behind here, because we saw it in a dream before. So let's try the wax. Oopsie doopsie. What happened now? I see the door. Let's go in. What happened here?
Good God! Dead. Shot at point-blank range.
Got shot.
Stefan's medal. And to think he thought this would protect him.
Obviously didn't.
I smell a pharmacy kind of odor.
Okay, that doesn't sound good.
Gloria Patri, e Filio, e Spiritui Sancto,
This
sicut erat in principio,
crucifix went
et
down again.
nunc, et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
This painting here doesn't look the same as the last time, does it? Less
A
impressive.
new painting's been placed over the old one.
Are you kidding me? And this is... And this paint is... Can I press it? Tower of Battle, okay.
I smell of...
Okay. We are finished here, guys. So, let's head back. And let's go out. Let's go down. Let's go down. And we should call the police. Won't we? Let's call the police.
This is Inspector Brutow.
The journalist Stefan Luca was murdered in his room at the inn in Vladiviste.
Murdered? Are you sure of that?
Shot to death, beyond the shadow of a doubt.
That's regrettable, because I can't send anyone over. There's turmoil in Albayula.
But you really can't come?
Impossible. The situation here is very serious. We fear riots, and I need all my men.
Then what must I do?
Let's see. Can you contact the doctor?
Yes, Dr. Maria Florescu.
Let her examine the corpse and send us a report. We'll open an investigation as soon as possible.
Maria examined the body. She estimated the death at between midnight and 3 in the morning. Clearly, Stefan Luca was chloroformed in his bed, then dragged to the floor and shot dead at point-blank range. I now have to admit some dark force is at work. After Martha, Stefan was killed to prevent him from following the path of the dragon. If I had taken him seriously, if I had helped him, he might still be alive. My God, can I go back to Rome as if nothing had happened? Can I leave the murderer free to kill again? I have made my decision. Since the police aren't doing their duty, it's up to me to pursue the job Martha and Stefan undertook. So I'll follow the path, wherever it might lead, and with the Lord's help, I'll confront whatever awaits me at the end.
Wow, he's determined, guys. He wants to fulfill their investigation, so to speak, that they died for, actually. So he's a very courageous man. I don't think I can do that. No. Okay. That's not accurate, guys. I'm sorry. I should I should show you why I should do that. So.
What a calamity, Father. That journalist who's just been killed in my inn. And he didn't even have any family. I think I'll throw out the trunk he left in the attic before it brings bad luck.
He put his trunk in the attic?
Yeah. He just said he had some stuff he preferred not keeping in his room.
Before you get rid of it, would you allow me to have a look at it?
Of course I would. The hook to open the trapdoor's behind you. You can take it.
Another thing, did Stefan Luca tell you to what region of Turkey he intended to go?
Mr. Luca told me the name of the city, but I forgot. Something like yogurt.
Try to remember, please. It's important.
Oh, it's so stupid. I just can't come up with the name. Maybe Mr. Peckmester knows. He's in the parlor. You ought to ask him.
Okay, so yogurt was the name of the city. Or probably not. The hook was here, I just took it before, so I guess you guys missed it, or I didn't explain it enough. But now that's done, let's go head up and go here and open this. And this is a letter to the boy Eon from Herman Van Buren himself. I guess it must be the boy's father then, because I can't imagine it's him. Never mind, nonetheless. Let's see if this needle suits here. Nope, not yet.
Here's our journalist's trunk. It's stuck.
It's stuck, so let's use his protection medallion.
When the chain is removed, Stefan's medal fits perfectly into the hollowed out part.
And how to open this? I know that we should use the colors of the Romanian flag. So it's blue, it's red, it's blue, it's red, it's yellow, it's yellow, it's finished.
I'm already acquainted with these documents. Lucas showed them to me in the inn's parlor.
We take holy water. And this tells us that Martha sent him a letter, the guy who died, the reporter Stefan, that she went to the Fox Peak in Turkey to find out the prison of Vlad Tepes.
Where exactly is the Fox Peak mentioned in the letter? The envelope is missing and the stamp with it.
So our job now is to try to figure out where to go to Turkey. Let's see if this will work now. Nope, not yet. I don't remember why it didn't work, but we will come to that, so maybe we should ask him something. But do we really trust this guy? Do we?
Our friend Stefan Luca has met a sad fate. Do you have any ideas about this murder?
Perhaps something political. Stefan had very firm opinions. It doesn't take more than that to become the target of some extremist group. The noise of the storm. Nothing else. No, he merely said that he wanted to follow the path of the dragon, and that passed through Turkey.
When did you speak with him?
On the eve of his death. We'd been drinking together in the parlor. He was very upset. His remarks were not very coherent, but I listened without contradicting him. To be sure, most chronicles report that he was a hostage in Turkey and escaped.
Where exactly was he a prisoner?
To my knowledge, none of the sources mention that.
In my opinion, this guy is a damn liar.
No, that's ridiculous, not you! Don't tell me you believe in Stefan's mad theories.
Well, he's been killed, hasn't he? And that gives a great deal of weight to his words all of a sudden.
Yeah, he blew it. So let's head out and let's talk to Maria here, see if she has any news.
I'm happy to see you. I was thinking of that unfortunate Stefan Luca. What happened to him is horrible.
You're right. And since the police aren't doing anything, I've decided to conduct my own investigation.
You can count on me to help.
Thank you. To discover the truth, I will have to ask you questions that might be indiscreet sometimes.
Apparently everything stayed here. Her clothes, her books, her paintings, her travel souvenirs. I stuffed everything into the closets because I couldn't bring myself to throw anything out. As for her birds and her dog, I adopted them. Unless it's the opposite that took place. Staff from the Vesnicia Foundation came to do the housework. To my knowledge, no one else. I don't think Martha had any family. The Path of the Dragon? No, I'm not familiar with that. I didn't find anything like that. In Turkey? Of course there's that map in the bureau drawer. Wait a minute. Look at this train ticket. I found it slipped within a map of Turkey. Look at this train ticket. I found it slipped within a map of Turkey. Look at the map now. The city of Erguyurt that is mentioned on the ticket is in northern Turkey.
Maria, you did me a big favor. Now I know where I have to go. Following Martha's tracks, I took the train for Bucharest, then Constantinople. The last leg brought me to Erguyurt, the closest station to Dracula's ancient prison. My guide left me at the foot of the cliff onto which the cell caves open. That sinister site has been abandoned for centuries. Earthquakes have destroyed the stairways going up to the cells. Since it's impossible to reach them from below, I've decided to try from above. A winding path led me up to the edge of the cliff. At the foot of an oak, I lit a fire to warm me up. Now I shall try to go down to the cells that open onto the side of the cliff.
Okay guys,